Another thing too, you've probably ran into the odd instance in your career where you're trying to get somebody to pay attention to you, and that person or company, just because they're busy or they're putting you off, they just won't give you the time of day.
Yes.
We have a strategy that guarantees the appointment 92% of the time if it's followed correctly.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. And the thing is, you're kicking it old school and you're winning. Like this is a wonderful concept.
You're going back to basics.
Yes. And people forget that.
They do, because, you know,
All
even
the
though
time.
the cell phones and all these contraptions that we use today, new electronics, are great, it does not take the place of human relationships, which is one-on-one.
That's exactly right.
So once again, if you can create a relationship with somebody, give them something that they need, that's priced properly and the service properly, you're going to get more customers. You have to. There's an old saying, you can't throw spaghetti against the wall without some of it sticking.
Yes.
So that's what we do. If you have to keep going, you cannot quit. If you're consistent and persistent with your message, it's going to work. I use it daily. I do not have a shortage of customers because I utilize this program and it does work. So what I'm trying to do is promote this to people so they have a full understanding of what to do and what's going on. Okay? So the result of doing this is you're going to get more business, provided that your product and services are competitive. That's key, because if we are out there pounding the pavement trying to get things going for you, the result of that, you must be able to close, right? Another way to describe this program is an appointment acquisition strategy. The more appointments you get, the more business you get. Are you going to sell to everybody? No, you won't. Are you going to sell to most? Yes, because you've got something that other people are not seeing. And that's why the program works. I have a real excitement about it because it's getting back to basics.
Well, not only that, but you may be brilliant in what you do, but you might be pitifully destitute on marketing yourself. And this is where your company shines, right?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. There's a lot of elements in getting a business started. I remember I started a business not that long ago with another company, and that was fine. And they did everything right in terms of setting up, except they put on a grand opening and nobody came for the most part because they didn't promote it properly. They set it all up, but they didn't let their target market know that this was going on. So it was a disaster, really, right? So the bottom line is that people like to buy things. If you can show them what you've got is valuable to them and you're competitive with your pricing and service, they will buy it. How many times have you heard somebody that has a rapport with someone else, okay, another company, and they will deal with that company in some cases regardless of price? That's because people deal with people they know, like, and trust.
Yes.
That's where it's at. If you can get people to know, like, and trust you, you're going to be successful.
And I've heard that when customers make the decision to buy, it's actually a relief for them. You are responsible for responsibly spending your client's money, right?
Yeah.
So if you've got a great service and a great product, why not be proud of the fact and say, here I am, and this is what we can do for you. And a lot of people don't take pride in that as well anymore, do they? You know what I'm saying? They kind of waver. They don't sell their own products and service to themselves. Is that a fair analogy?
That's a fair analogy. And I think, too, that everybody wants the easy way.
Yes.
Well,
yes.
you know what? There isn't.
That's exactly what I was getting at.
What
in a roundabout
happens,
way.
what happens when you try to skip steps in the sales process?
Yeah, it's disaster.
If you skip a step, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And yet I see that all the time. You know, where people will try to skip steps in the relationship cycle, in the sales cycle, and they wonder why they don't get the sale.
What do you think? Why do you think that is? Why do you think they skip steps?
I think it's because they want the easy way out. People get a little bit lazy sometimes, right?
Or somebody's told them, look, it worked for me, maybe it'll work for you, or, you know.
You don't know what the motivation is.
Yes.
But you know, the bottom line is that if you stick to positioning yourself, as I said, in the manner that people want to be sold, right? Instead of how we really want to sell to them, which is really quick,
Yeah.
and we all want the money right away.
Yeah.
You know what? It doesn't work that way.